Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special bonus episode of the Exploring Antinatalism Podcast. Today, I'm speaking with the winner of the new Anti-natalist division of last year's 7th annual Why Are You an Anti-natalist contest, the 2021 edition, for his winning written entry entitled If I Only Knew the Truth, Arif Raza. Welcome to the Exploring Antinatalism Podcast, Arif. It's a pleasure to have you with me today on this bonus episode of the Exploring Antinatalism Podcast in celebration for the 8th annual Why Are You an Antinatalist contest. So welcome. How are you today, Arif?
Thanks, Amanda. It's a pleasure being with you today. I'm fantastic. And what about you?
Awesome. Yeah, the pleasure is all mine. Arif, you are, of course, the winner of the new Antinatalist division of last year's 7th annual Why Are You an Antinatalist contest, the 2021 edition, with your winning and written entry entitled If Only I Knew the Truth. Arif, let's start out with some basic questions first. Who is Arif Raza?
Yeah, I'm basically a software engineer from India. And I have an experience of like 5 or 6 years overall experience in software engineering. And I have gone through this anti-natalist concept in the year 2017. And that was the first time I came across this topic. And then from then on, I started learning about it and trying to research more and more about this topic. And in the year 2020, I decided, that's the way to go. That's the way of life for me, being an anti-natalist and trying to propagate it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you for that. Arif, why are you an antinatalist?
Yeah, the reasons are a lot. You know, seeing the people here in my country and in elsewhere, they don't live a good life. They just live a mundane life. Same type of suffering everywhere as a result of coming into existence. People suffer a lot. Like they've got health problems, they have got financial problems, they have got career problems, they have got traffic problems. They suffer in the trains and in the road and in the airlines. Everywhere there is no pleasure at all. So if at all the people find pleasure, that's because of their optimism bias. But in reality, it's all mundane, and it's better not to have been here in this planet Earth, because what do we get in our life? We are just born in a place without our consent, and then what we do is we just study to get grades in our school and in college, and then we go out for a good career, and we just follow this rat race, which eventually leads to nothing, and then eventually we die. So it makes no sense.
Beautifully said, Arif. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a really, really great explanation. Arif, what led you to want to submit an entry for last year's contest? What was that spark that made you write that piece?
Last year, I think in the month of May or June, you started this contest, and I thought that it would be a great opportunity for me to write something, because I have never participated in any written contest ever. This was the first time I was participating, and I thought it's a great opportunity to write something, some of my thoughts, organize my thoughts in a creative manner. So I tried thinking about it and made some research, and I read the entries of the previous years, like in 2020. So I knew that I could do something like that, and it would be a great idea for letting the people know that this is my perspective. So that's why I participated, so to let the people know.
And I'm so glad you did. It's an excellent entry. It will be up on the ANI blog. There'll be a link to that below. So anybody that didn't get a chance to read it last year or wants to read it again, please follow the link below to Arif's winning entry. I did want to say it's so funny because originally that contest was a video contest, and it still is. People are more than encouraged to make videos, but in recent years, there's been more and more written entries, and the written entries have been winning. And I just think that that's so interesting, and it's really been a nice thing, that's come out of the contest. So many nice things have come out of the contest. What can you tell us about your winning entry? Can you describe for us what your piece was all about?
Well, the concept here is that if we are given a choice, that if we want to be born or not, then what would be our choice? So this inspired me to write. So the concept here is that there is a baby, a fetus in her mother wombs, and the baby is talking to her mother, and the mother is trying to convince the baby. The baby doesn't know what's in the world, so the conversation starts in the womb of the mother, and both of them are chatting. Both of them are discussing, and the mother is asking her, uh, telling her actually that you are going to have this experience and that experience. You grow up here. Everyone will love you. Everyone will welcome you in this world, and people will be so warm and gentle with you, and all of those things. And um, and she will have an amazing career, and she will have she will see amazing things in this world, like the meadows, like the rainbows, etc. And all those positive things, right? But when she came in this world, and when she lived her life, after 30 years of her life, she had an amazing career. She has grown up. Her bank balance, she has got $1 million in her banks. All are fine. But when she is trying to find out a partner for herself, a husband for herself. So in that case, her mother sat her down and tried to talk to her on a dining table, that what is your plan for the uh, for your marriage. So this is a common discussion that happens in every family, where the mother or the father asks her daughter about what is the plan for their for settling down. So suddenly she remembers everything, as what what they used to talk when she was in her mother wombs. And then she recalled that her mother said that her life will be amazing, she will have no problems, and she will be getting everything, amazing career, amazing life, everything. But in reality, she struggled a lot. She had to work hard a lot, and she suffered from a disease. And she just went on and saying that she made amazing arguments, like uh, telling her mother about antinatalism, that it's better not to be born, because if you believe in the concept of moksha, right? So that's called liberation. So if you want somebody to be related, why will you have somebody in this world? Why will you make somebody take birth in this world in the first place? And if you could think about the Abrahamic traditions, so why, if there is a 50% chance that somebody will go to hell, so if the person is not born, obviously a 0% chance of going to hell is much better than 50% chance of going to hell. So she makes some amazing discussion with her mother, and finally convinces her that this is her lifestyle, a chosen lifestyle. She wants to progress in her career. She doesn't want to go through the pain of childbirth, and she doesn't want to go through the pain of raising a child also. And her mother talked about what would she do when she would be old, she would be left alone. So she said that uh, uh, it's a selfish reason to have a baby in the first place, because you cannot bring someone and make her suffer just for your own sake, just so that you will be taken care of in the old age. So that's a bad argument to make. So in this way, she convinces her mother, and her mother understands her position, and let her decide, let her live the life she wants. And that's the complete story.
Thank you so much for going through all of that. I mean, it's a very, very, very powerful piece. And I'm really glad that the antinatalist community that year, saw just how powerful it was and rewarded it, with being the winner of the whole contest last year. It definitely deserved it. So yeah, thank you so much for submitting it again, Arif. It was it's a real treasure of all the years of the contests that have happened. Arif, do you encourage your fellow antinatalists to submit some work to this year's Why Are You an Antinatalist contest?
Yes, definitely. Because see, I was also not good at writing, and I've never submitted any written piece for any article or any newspaper before. So this was the first, and it has given me the confidence to do more writing. So in the first attempt only I won. So I was not expecting to win, but it's something good happened. Thanks for that. So I will definitely encourage my friends and other people, colleagues, uh, to participate, because this participation will help to exchange ideas, because we don't know that what others think about this antinatalism concept, and where they are coming from. Maybe my reason for being an antinatalist may be different. People born in Japan or Egypt, maybe they are other thinking. It's culturally different, right? Yeah. So yeah.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I've loved about not only doing the contest, but the podcast, all the is seeing the way that antinatalism is all over the world, because there are these subtle differences. And I thank you so much for encouraging everybody to submit this year. And I'm just so happy that, the best thing that come out of everything you said was that you are interested in doing more now, that this is putting putting one toe in. And but the fact that you're interested now in writing more and expressing more of your antinatalism. So what antinatalist projects do you hope to work on in the future?
So firstly, I will try to convince some of my friends, my colleagues, to join this club. Because they are potential antinatalists, not 100% antinatalists, but I know that being in the confusion doesn't help. People should be clear about what they want in their life. If they want to be antinatalist, they should say that yes, antinatalist. If they don't like antinatal, they should openly say it. Okay, I don't like antinatal. Fine. So there are some people who are like the fence sitters. I will help them make some decisions, like I made. Some of my friends already made some decisions. So that's the main project. It's like working with the people, make them realize what this world is all about, and why you should adopt antinatalism. It's like I become like an evangelist of antinatalism.
I know what you mean. Thank you, and thank you for doing that. I mean, are you associated at all with Child Free India? Is that a project that you have associations with?
Yeah. I am in that Facebook group. I chat with some of the people. It's really amazing to see. India is a vast country, and everybody has got different reason for being child free. So some of people have gone through a lot of disturbances in their life, and that's what they don't want to let somebody go through the same pain. So that's a good decision, and people are really doing good stuff, because they have understood that this life it doesn't make sense much.
100%. Well said. Well, Arif, you are very talented. Thank you so much for sharing your talents with us in last year's contest and for submitting your piece last year. Congratulations again on winning. And thank you for encouraging your fellow antinatalists to participate, not only in this year's contest, but in antinatalism. Thank you for talking to people about antinatalism in the rest of your life. Thank you so much again for being my guest today on this special bonus edition of the Exploring Antinatalism podcast.
Thank you so much.
If you would like to read If I Only Knew the Truth by Arif Raza, please visit the Anti-Natalism International blog space, link below. Thank you for listening to the Exploring Antinatalism podcast. This has been Amanda Oldphan Sukenick. You can find me on the YouTube channel, Anti-Natal Wolf. Keep up with my daily antinatalist news updates at Antinatal News on Twitter. Please follow the podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can listen to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Amazon.com, RSS feed, and so many other platforms. Email me at exploringantinatalism@gmail.com. The podcast website, www.exploringantinatalism.com, was designed by the amazing Visions Noirs. Please follow him at www.bionoir.com and also follow him on Instagram. Logo art by the amazing LifeSucks. Subscribe to him on YouTube and check out his merch at www.etsy.com/shop/LifeSucksPublishing. Music by the wonderful I Doubt It. Subscribe to him on YouTube and check out our collaborative project along with our friend EFIL WV, The Right to No Longer Exist, which includes the podcast, The Right to No Longer Exist, A Right to Die podcast. All the best, and bye for now.